Why, hello. Welcome to my whiskey journey.
Brad's on a whiskey journey, come along and see. Brad's discovering whiskey, follow his odyssey.
As the first episode, I wasn't really sure what whiskey I should start with, but I'm not very good at half measures. If I'm going to do something, I'm just going to do it. So we're going to start with just a classic, supposedly, I don't know what I'm talking about, a real classic ILS single malt whiskey, the Ardbeg 10, which is definitely on the smokier, richer side. If you're used to a lot of the sweeter stuff, especially here in Canada, with Crown Royal and all that, really high on the extreme sweetness, fruitiness end of things. This is definitely not that, but it is a lot lighter than I would have expected. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. I was expecting a lot more color in something that is sort of as rich and deep flavor-wise as the Ardbeg 10. But just right off the bat, you're getting smokiness. I don't know if I would say campfire, sort of campfire-y, but I don't know. It's definitely not the sweet, fruity notes that you get from a lot of typical whiskeys that you'd see around here. But yeah, just a really nice, rich, smoky sort of tester. Not really burning at all. I'm not used to drinking whiskeys, so I'm still dealing with a lot of alcohol burn typically. But this really doesn't hit me with that alcohol-y smell so much. But I just got to dig in because this is good stuff. Oh yeah, it's like the crusty, burnt outsides of a roasted marshmallow, while you're standing in the smoke of the fire. That's a really interesting flavor. I'm really enjoying this whiskey. I actually opened it a couple of days ago just to test it out, and it started to disappear quick. I can already tell this is going to be one of my go-tos, which I guess makes me weird going right for the smoky whiskeys as a whiskey noob. But, whatever. No one ever accused me of being normal, I guess. So it is what it is. But yeah, just really, really deep, and it sticks with you. A lot of whiskeys, hit you hard but disappear pretty quick. This one, I'm still tasting it, and that's not a bad thing. It's really nice. It just kind of coats you. I'm getting a nice warm, it feels warm and deep, without really punching you too much in the face. At least for me, it's all completely subjective, and I'm weird, so who knows. But yeah, that's good. I understand completely why this would be a very classic whiskey, and especially if you're not into the really sweet stuff. If you like black coffee or really dark chocolate, anything that's really, really rich without the sweetness, you might want to try some Ardbeg. And I guess the 10 is their most available, easily accessible one. There's a bunch that I want to try now that I know that I'm really into this one. But if you can find the Ardbeg 10 and you like the smoky end of things, or at least want to try something that's not on the sweeter end of the spectrum, I would give it a try for sure. I don't know where we're going to go from here as far as my whiskey journey specifically, but just to give a little bit of background, basically this all started because I was in Austin hanging out with the folks from the Modern Rogue, coincidentally. enough Brian Brushwood and Jason Murphy. And they were just sort of touring around town with me, and we were hanging out. And one of the things we did was hit the Whiskey Vault and hang out with Daniel Whittington over there, who poured us just a bunch of amazing whiskeys and got me hooked, because I'd only ever really had, things like Crown and Coke and sort of other sort of whiskey mixed with things or whatever. I hadn't really been into whiskeys as their own thing, and I've only really been exposed to the very sweet sort of mapley end of Canadian whiskeys and things like that. So it was very, very interesting to experience just a sort of variety pack very quickly to get all kinds of different flavor profiles and just see just how much of a difference you can get between different types of whiskeys. And I was just instantly I knew okay, well, now I have to try a whole bunch of whiskeys and see what's what, because those are really great. And so I figured I might as well, record some reactions and see where the journey takes me. And I have no idea how it's going to work out, but there we go. As for the Ardbeg 10, I would definitely go back for more of this. So I'll see you later.